The show starts with MrBeast presenting $5 million, claiming it to be the largest grand prize in entertainment history. Then we see 1,000 players that will compete for that money until there is only one winner. Before they start the first game, MrBeast brings $1 million and tells everyone that those who will eliminate themselves right now will get their share of that million. 52 people pressed the button and each of them got around $19,000. First game divides players into rows of 80 players working together. The trick is that someone must eliminate him or herself in order for the rest to progress. The game ends automatically when there will be 3 rows remaining, eliminating everyone in those rows. God knows why people decide to eliminate themselves for the rest to progress, though if they just waited, a worst-case scenario, they would be eliminated, but soon the game ends with 80 people in the last 3 rows are out. Next game gives players color boxes with blocks. They need to stack those blocks and not let them fall before the clock hits 10 minutes, or 100 players are eliminated. Third game is back to the team competition. Beast keeps offering bribes to different people, and if they agree, the whole row is eliminated. And there are some cheeky bastards out there. One guy takes 20,000 just like that, and the bribes keep rising until 100,000 before they eliminate over 100 players. With 493 players, the Beast games move to the city. There every person gets a random token. On the back of the token there is a hint with the game that would be played on that floor, like less is more or use your brain. Players have some time to trade the tokens if they want to. Then the competitors on each floor are randomly split into 2 towers. The game on the 4th floor is about catching. They are dropping red balls and players need to catch them, and the first team that drops the ball is eliminated. It took like 5 balls before this guy happened. But when they double-checked the footage, it turned out that the other team actually dropped the first ball. It was thrown to this sucker who looked like he was back dancing in the Vanilla Ice video instead of catching a freaking ball. And the second teams have to convince their teammates to eliminate themselves because after 30 minutes, a team that has less challengers wins. With 5 minutes left, no one left. Until Karen decides to leave and she apparently starts a trend as 3 others decide to leave. Meanwhile, 3 people left the green team, so white team it is. Game on the 3rd floor is about throwing balls into the cup. White team sucked. Pink team won 13-8. Floor 1 has 63 tiles on each floor. Everyone needs to pick one and stand on it. Symbols under their feet show what group they are in. So groups of 4 people compete against each other in a trivia quiz. Love trivia quizzes. I would nail this one. So the decisive question is, the number 100 is represented by what letter in Roman numerals? And this girl from a white team, who by the way is a teacher, goes to MrBeast acting like he was on her celebrity hall pass list. He asks her if she teaches those Roman numerals, and she says yes, but her team answers X. While the others wrote C, and it's C like stupid country. She was hitting on Beast instead of answering the question. I mean, this must be the most epic trivia moment in the history of TV since
I thought Europe was a country.
The survivors are put into rows. Each row picks a captain that would be offered massive bribes to eliminate his whole team. Okay, time to meet some players at this point. So, this beard guy is Jeremy. White team picks a guy who lives in his car instead of this system of a down lost member. Pink team picks Dino, who is a firefighter, though this Akira dude is like, no, wait, pick me. But the rest is like, yeah, we still want Dino. And Orange is picking Twina, who is like a female Vin Diesel. With 700 grand on the screen, no one even blinks, and it stops on $1 million. Still nothing. Beast counts to 5 and no one wants it, so you gotta show respect to those legends out here. But on the other hand, they earned trust and respect, and in this show, that might have come useful on the other day. Next day, Beast tells them that in the next game, there will be no eliminations. They just play for the VIP house. It's a race in bags, and the secret prize in the VIP house is immunity. in the next challenge. System of a Down guy and 2 of his teammates win it. The next game is taking the teams formed in the previous competition to the room filled with small space rooms. Here's the deal. They have 5 hours to decide which one of each 3 will be chained to the wall and eliminated from the show. And if they don't decide, in 5 hours, the whole team is eliminated. And here's where the real human nature shows up. Those guys are acting like total assholes. They are a couple and nothing wrong with that, but they threat that other girl like shit, laughing at her face the whole time. And there are also these 2 assholes who are brothers. And they are trying to force this poor girl to sacrifice, while the fat one is at least trying to convince her. The stupid one just eats and laughs behind her back. Since they can have any requests, most reasonable people ask for like dice, coins or Jenga, while others want a tattoo. Okay, so the asshole couple decides to play Uno with the girl and cheat like hell. Asshole brothers don't even want to play the game. And that poor little thing is like, okay, I will play with one of them, and she loses. Those guys are pure evil. And the stupid couple, well, they wanted Uno, but this girl is like, screw you, I can play something else. No? Okay, so I'm taking you fuckers down with me. Good for you, girl. 148 people remain, and Beast brings a giant golden present and tells who touches it first gets it. Fat asshole from the previous day didn't even let him finish. Guy is on an evil streak. Inside there is a ticket to the island. It's a $1.8 million island that will be an extra reward to compete for. Soon a helicopter comes and takes the Fatso and 5 other people he chooses to the next level. Ticket to the next helicopter is hidden under the ping pong table. With 8 helicopters left, MrBeast explains that everyone gets a red ball and the point is to drop it exactly when the clock hits 0. Best 6 get tickets, but there is a hatch. If you don't drop the ball before the clock finishes counting, you are out. And yeah, they are blindfolded, so some just drop the ball not to risk elimination, and actually 20 people get eliminated. In the next game, everyone gets a gold coin. With 10 minutes to go, one person has to collect 100 coins to get the ticket. Everyone wants to give it to Jeremy because he actually is the only one left who refused the 1 million. Harrison was eliminated before, and Dino and Tuana were already invited to the island by ticket winners. Jeremy gets 100 coins and picks his 5th. Next game makes players form into teams of 6. The point of the game is to pass the glass ball through the whole team without breaking it or touching it. This game has no time limit. It ends when there are 3 teams left. So at the beginning, they pass the ball, but soon they just decide to wait for others to fail. Some just drop the ball, hoping the next game will be easier. In the next game, players are blindfolded. They have 1 minute to decide if they step into the circle. If more than one person steps in, they are eliminated, but if only one person steps in, that person gets the ticket and picks her 5 friends. At this point, MrBeast offers $250,000 to those who want to quit. 18 people choose the money, so each gets around $14,000. The rest gets one shot with the red ball. The closest throw to the gold case wins the ticket. And this girl nails it. Game for the last ticket starts with splitting into groups of 6. Everyone gets a coin and each team has 10 minutes to pass the coin to only one person in the team, and that person gets the ticket and the rest gets eliminated. Some teams just talk it over, others play minigames. Everyone is taken to the island. Beast says it is worth $1.8 million, but it's a side game and most of the 60 players choose not to compete for it, going straight to the next round. Actually, only 9 players decide to compete. MrBeast sends ex-Special Force members to hunt them down while they try to hide. Then they throw coconuts, and the one that gets closest to the line wins. Players who skipped on the island vote on who should win the island, and the person with the least votes is out. Then they pick a captain who puts a red X in one of 5 boxes. Others had to choose the box and the captain could give them hints or lie to them. Beast also offers a bribe of $450,000 and this guy takes it. In the island semifinals, there is a race, but players choose how many steps will they take, 1, 3 or 5. But if anyone else picks the same number, they both lose their turn. 952 and 711 work together as 711 promises he will choose her as his final rival if he wins. In the final game, both of them have 2 suitcases in front of them and the person who gets 2 briefcases with deeds in front of them wins the island. 952 was a bit smarter on that, making fake noises while switching cases, and she easily won that island. Then everyone gets back to the city. MrBeast gets them to choose between 3 doors with mental, physical, and lottery games. In the physical game, players are divided into 2 teams and captains are selected by doing push-ups. Then they pick their teams, and the goal is to pull a monster truck and race to pick all the flags. Still, they need a tiebreaker, so each team picks 1 person that will be hanging on this bar. Pink team wins with Mashki not even blinking. In the mental challenge, players compete in the game of trivia in duels. One of the asshole brothers gets eliminated because he fought a lizard that licks its eyeballs clean because it lacks the ability to blink is a chameleon. Now ain't that cute? And the other asshole brother thought that LA Lakers won most NBA championships. It's Celtics kids and those evil bastards are out. And you know what, this Akira dude picked the fat asshole on purpose because he wanted to get rid of him after what they did before. In the game based on luck, a fortune wheel decides that 12 of 16 will be eliminated. Then they just randomly open trap doors until there are 4 people left. At this point it turns out that those 2 have an alliance, but they are not the only ones. They just have balls to tell about it. The rest is like, oh, you are my friend. Oh, I love you guys. Next day, Beast takes everyone to a rail track. In this game, Akira is picked as a captain. Then he decides who will stand on the red track. Beast shows Akira his new Lamborghini and he has to choose whether the train hits the car or 3 black girls he chose. He decides to take the car. In the next round, he chooses his best friend over 3 other people and Tesla. In the 3rd round, people choose a new captain and Akira gets to taste his own medicine. Then Twana gets picked by others and she picks 2 people to stand on the track, but it's up to them to pick 4 more people to stand with them. And though Dano tried to cover behind her best friend, Twana hit them with the train. Back in the city, players get to meet their families. Then each player can come out of the house and take as much from the 1 million in the middle as they want. It's fair to take 100,000, but you know, hands get sticky when no one's watching. Oh, Michael takes 223,000 and JC is like, I'm gonna take 650,000. So 7 others are left with 27,000, while JC just sits there and can't believe how easy it was. But later they discuss it and he admits what he did. Then he feels a target mark on his back and he reveals in front of everybody that he has a pact with 3 other players. Then each of them gets their own floor in the tower and they will vote which 6 of them will go through. They can use money they took earlier to bribe each other. After hours of lying and bribing, turns out that Mikey and JC were out. Funny, because the other person that was eliminated was this girl. And earlier, JC told everybody that according to the pact, she is the next one to go. With 6 players left, Beast offers them a chance to double the final prize if one of them decides to flip a coin. 974 agrees. If he wins, the winner of the show will get not 5 but $10 million. But if he loses, he gets eliminated. Well, he sure is one lucky son of a gun and 10 million it is. Then they choose pillars. They get red balls and try to eliminate their opponents by throwing the ball into their tubes. It's actually sad to watch how everyone tries to eliminate 947. The rest is not even hiding. They just make it clear that they have a pact. But actually they suck at basketball. And 947 gets her shit together and she even is like, hey girl, just stop aiming for me and I won't go after you. But 937 doesn't listen, so I guess she had it coming. Welcome to Final 4. Beast shows them a pattern and they have to memorize it. If someone decides to try to recreate the pattern, that person will choose who gets eliminated, but otherwise that person gets eliminated. 947 volunteers because she knows anyone else will vote for her. She seems pretty confident, but 831 messes with her head before the try, and that works. She fails. And in the final three, Beast asks them what they will do with the money, and 974 is like,
travel conversion van and, you know, playing music and hanging out with my friends.
You're like, oh, I'll do this thing that costs like 50 grand. What about
Twana is like a female Vin Diesel, so family comes first, and 831 is like, well, my kid is sick, he has a rare disease, and with 10 million bucks I can finance the studies to maybe find a cure for that. And now we all feel sorry for hating him earlier. 50 top contestants vote who should be in the final. One last time Beast tries to bribe someone with $1 million. 974 is like, yeah, 1 million is enough for me to travel with a backpack and guitar for the rest of my life, so this is my stop. Final game going like this. 10 suitcases, 9 empty and 1 has a check for $10 million. Coin toss decides who picks first. 831 wins. While he is blindfolded, Twana can mess around with those cases. 831 looks confident. He again tries to mess in Twana's head a little, and damn! You gotta respect that guy's game, and if you don't, in 5 seconds, you will. He picks case number 6, and bang! There it is, $10 million. T gets a 100,000 for second place, and this is how Beast games end.